The date was probably 28th of December. Yoongi dialed Tae's number. Tae, excited seeing the incoming call from his second Hyung. 여보세요, Hyung, how are you? Yoongi, fine. Are you free on 29th? Tomorrow? Tae, I have morning shift. I will be free after evening, but why? Tae's POV. Come on, Hyung, don't tell me that you're planning a surprise birthday party for me. Don't tell me that we are going to be reunited after so many months. Please, Hyung, don't be so savage, please. Yoongi on the call. Tae, can you please come to my place on that day? Actually, my wife wanted to enjoy camping, but while scratching his hair, Junior is too little to face the December outside of this house, so Tae's POV. Means no birthday celebrations, no reunion, no delicious food. He sighed silently. Young, I'm free, but I'm not sure whether I would be able to spend the whole night with Junior alone. I have never tried that actually, so... Yoongi, don't worry, I have told my sister to come. Tae, you have a sister? Yoongi, no, but I love her like my sister. She would come to babysit Junior, but if she needs some help... Tae, your baby sister or elder sister? Yoongi, baby sister, studying in your university. Tae, which university? From where did I completed studies or where I work? Yoongi, where you work. Tae, but I'm not professor, I'm just an assistant doctor there. Yoongi, and soon to be an assistant professor, if I'm not wrong? Tae, yeah, but don't you think it would be awkward if... Yoongi, for your kind information, I'm not setting a date for you with her. Never, never ever you dare to date her. Tae, but have I told you that? Yoongi, so it's a yes. Tae, I will try to help your sister to take care of Junior, but don't tell her that we do regularly have to go to the same place. Yoongi, what if she already knows you? You already met her in my house last time, if I'm not wrong. Tae, oh, you mean Goyangi? Yoongi, right. Tae with confidence overflowing but not overconfidence. Young, don't worry, I have full confidence on Goyangi. Yoongi, you're coming or not? She might be afraid in this house alone with Junior. Tae, I will be on time, don't worry, but why don't you ask Cook? Yoongi, it's winter, Tae, and he just got married. You were single, not even committed, and I'm not sure about Junior, and nowadays he's a little grumpy. Tae, don't worry, Young, prepare for your camping night. Yoongi, don't worry, I will let you to cook the lunch on your birthday. Tae POV, Young, I don't know how to cook. Why are you so savage all the time? Yoongi disconnected the call with Taehyung and informed the other 5 gentlemen. In this world of fiction, they are living in South Korea indeed, but there is no rule of compulsory military service. 29th of December, Jungkook, Jimin, Jin, Hobi, Namjoon came to Yoongi's place little early to set up the camps and prepare the surprise for Tae. Namjoon, so we are not supposed to inform anyone that we are going to surprise him tonight, but I guess he knows that it's his birthday. Will it work? The elder one angrily. Why are you here with 148 IQ if you can't provide a foolproof plan? Hobi, what about switching off all the lights at midnight and... Jimin interrupted. What about baking a cake specially for him? Cook, but before he steps into the house, he will smell the deliciousness. Yoongi, but I have prepared a cake for him but didn't taste it. And don't know whether it's spongy enough for cutting or not. Jin, look Namjoon, that's called the perfection. Just like my face. Cook, so the cake is ready. Yoongi Hyung, where is Junior? Yoongi, he's sleeping. Actually, he helped me to bake the cake. He's tired, I guess. Let's set up the camps at the backyard before Tae comes. The 6 men stumbled, failed. It took them quite longer than they imagined to set up 7 camps at Yoongi's backyard. Cook, Hyung, what if Hyung comes and not seeing us in the house if he comes to the backyard? Hobie, I want to scold you badly for saying that, but actually you're right. It's almost evening and Yoongi Hyung, call him and ask, where is he? Yoongi while trying to set up the campfire. But I didn't tell him that I have called you, so you have to be quiet. Let me check my phone. My wife is already on the way to home with her bulletproof girl gang and would come straight to the backyard. Jen, I'm going to pick some Tay's favorite strawberries to decorate the cake. Yoongi, good idea. If the cake is not eatable, we can at least enjoy the strawberries. What if we order a cake for him? I'm nervous, man. I didn't taste the cake. Jen, Dr. Min, can you please track Taehyung's location? You know that they would be very happy if he got to know that you have a specially baked cake for him. And at the same time, he would be sorry if he got to know that you have replaced the cake with a store-bought one. Yoongi while tracking Tae's location. I guess he would need more 10 minutes to reach her. Let me bring the cake from the fridge. He was about to go into the house when he and rest of 5 men turned their faces, hearing some giggles. Mrs. Min, Mrs. Jeon, and Mrs. Kim Seok-jin walked into the backyard. Annyeong! Mrs. Jeon, wife of the maknae, humbly greeted the 5 men with a bright smile on her face. The 5 gentlemen welcomed her. Mr. and Mrs. Bulletproofs, please go inside the camps. Tae is about to reach. I need to call Goyangi and Junior. That's so rude, Hyung. You have named your Gangaji but didn't find a name for your cat. Namjoon asked innocently. Yoongi scoffed his shoulder and rolled his eyes, walked into the house as it would be late to bring the cake from the fridge. Cook, Namjoon Hyung. She is his baby sister who helps him to babysit Junior. Namjoon, he has a baby sister and he calls her Goyangi and she responds, really? Yoongi walked out from the house with cake. Tae is parking his car. We still need to decorate the cake. All of them gathered in the camp which was situated at the corner of the backyard. Hobie interrupted, but where is Junior? Yoongi, sleeping with my sister. Both of them were sleeping. She came back from her med school. She was looking exhausted and Junior was sleeping peacefully in her embrace. Junior would be grumpy if his sleep is not fully completed, so Jimin while decorating the cake. Don't you think she would be upset? Yoongi, I don't know the magic to separate her soul from her body. She's looking so exhausted. Med school are not joke, man. The gang of bulletproofs busied themselves to decorate the particular camp for Tae's surprise birthday party. Soft giggles of happiness was coming from the camp. On the other side, it was about 10 p.m. Taehyung entered into Yoongi's home pressing the proper password combination and changed into slippers. The home was quiet, extremely quiet. He looked around. The feeding bottle in the dining area was only proof of him that Junior was in the home. What if it's his spare feeding bottle or the old one? What if Yoongi Hyung just pranked me? What if? Numerous thoughts were revolving in his head. He finally sighed in relief, seeing the dimmed light from one of the rooms. He knew who might be there. Junior with Miss Kang, most probably. He knew he would not enter randomly in a girl's room, but if he won't do that, he might experience a panic attack. A soft knock on the door, but got no reply. After hesitating for a minute, he finally opened the door. Junior was fully awake but still tucked in the blanket. His eyes welcomed Tae like he was waiting for him. Beside him, his stuffed bear and Miss Kang at the side of the bed, sleeping peacefully, grabbing Junior lightly. They forgot that he was almost having panic attack a few moments ago. His heart filled with some warm feeling, like this kind of situation he wanted to experience after coming home from work. But men will be men. Junior got up from bed and pecked on Miss Kang's face. They couldn't figure out whether Junior was told to do so in regular basis or not, but he felt he did that intentionally to make him insecure. Come on, Taehyung, he is just a kid. He doesn't know anything, and why am I feeling like that? He murmured in his mind, and in a blink he realized Junior was not in the room. Taehyung's mind began to remind him again and again that Junior was not in the room, but his eyes refused to look away from the sleeping figure. His mind was working, so his feet moved towards the living area, and surprisingly, the exhausted lady struggled to wake up without even opening her eyes completely. Almost ignoring Tae's existence, Miss Kang directly headed towards the wash area. No, Tae was not surprised because Miss Kang seemed confident enough and known to the place where she could find the little monster, but he was impressed as he looked at her cheek. She didn't wipe out his wet bag. Come on, get out from the washing machine. She scolded him in a sweet tone. Taking him out of the cavity, she scolded him, yet her gestures were cursing him. And then she realized that the person present in the home was not familiar to her. But she was known that Yoongi was planning for a surprise birthday party for Dr. Kim. She was informed about all their plan. In fact, she and Junior was in charge of taking Tae to the party. Miss Kang politely greeted, "Annyeonghaseyo, Dr. Kim. Did you teach him to peck before leaving from the bed?" He asked her, and this was all he wanted to ask her. She placed a peck on Junior's forehead. "My little cutie, Samchun praised you for behaving well. Osumo is so proud of you, my cutie." Tae's heart filled with happiness seeing their warm relationship. But why I am feeling so? She's gonna study hard and will be graduated to a doctor. Why I am thinking like it's my family, he murmured. "Dr. Kim, please pass me a diaper." When asked for a diaper while she was struggling to detangle her long, luscious hair from Junior's grip. Indeed, she needed help, but it could make him awkward. Asking him for freeing her hair from Junior's grip. The situation could be awkward for both of them. Thinking that, she didn't ask for that. They looked at them. He could feel that Junior was challenging him, making him desperate to help her, but controlled himself from the provoke he was feeling in himself. Where is the diaper? In the drawers? He got the answers but couldn't find the diaper. But the drawers are empty, he innocently informed. "Oh, can you please go and buy some of this? Junior might catch cold." Miss Kang finally asked favor from Tae. "Yeah, I can, but would it be appropriate to leave you alone in the home with Junior? Come on, get ready. We will go all together." No, he was not intending to spend time with Miss Kang, but this time he was really afraid to leave her alone in the home. But all Miss Kang was thinking was whether they would be able to buy the actual size and the particular brand's diaper from that particular store only where that particular diaper was available. "Okay, give me some time. I need to prepare my cutie for his first shopping night out." She started dressing up Junior. "Aren't you exhausted, Miss Kang, after med school?" he asked. "Exhausted, but Junior is my ultimate way of relaxation. He sleeps more if someone sleeps with him, and he smiles brightest when he sleeps enough." Her answer proved that Junior was integral part of a life. Let's go, doctor. It's already too late. We should come back as soon as possible. Miss Kang hurried him. Obliged by Miss Kang, they grabbed the car keys. The whole ride to the particular store and way back from there. For the first time, they actually allowed any woman to sit in the passenger seat of his car, except his mother. He kept looking at Miss Kang through the whole ride, who was basically busy with Junior, exploring the nightlife of Seoul with the munchkin. They could feel how it feels to be happy with family without spending money on expensive items. And they came back to home. It was almost 11:55 p.m. when they finally entered into Yoongi's home. Miss Kang kept looking at the wall clock, trying to find excuse to take him to the backyard while changing into slippers. And suddenly, everything in front of her eyes were all dark. Indeed, it was a power cut. Her hands were occupied to secure Junior into her embrace. Tried her best to be stable in the dark. Be goodbye, Junior. Just close your eyes, my baby. She tried to console Junior when her mind was fighting against the situation she was afraid of the most. And soon she could feel a pair of strong arms embracing her in the dark, securing her head on his chest when Junior's head was leaned on her. Don't worry, Miss Kang, tried to assure her while struggling to find his mobile phone to turn on the flashlight. Wait, I can see lights at the backyard. Is he planning to spend his camping night there? They spoke. Dr. Kim, isn't it a good idea to go there? It's still better to stay here in the dark, Miss Kang suggested in a shaky voice. Okay. They embraced her tightly and started taking tiny steps towards the backyard gate. As he unlocked the door, Yoongi and the Bangtan family was there. The backyard was decorated like they were preparing for a festival. Yoongi counted 5, 6, 7, 8, and everyone started singing the happy birthday song. Miss Kang and Junior was still in Tae's embrace, and everyone silently ignored the situation as they felt guilty for Miss Kang and Junior for leaving them in the dark. Though they were surprised, yet his glare alerted the people presented there. Young, do you have any idea this girl with Junior? Alone in the dark? It could be very dangerous. Indeed, it was a good plan, but you should include her, he complained. I'm sorry, the plan wasn't foolproof. Thank you for taking care of my sister and my son in the dark. Now show me your box smile, birthday boy. Yoongi made him calm down, and soon the birthday boy smiled. Make a wish before blowing the candle, Hyung. The youngest jumped to hug him. 1 second. They closed his eyes. I wish I have a beautiful family. I wish someone would come to my life and take care of me as Miss Kang takes. Stop, Taehyung. What are you wishing? Yoongi Hyung would not let you to date her. Stop thinking about her. She is careful, beautiful, and attend the same med school where you work as a doctor. What am I thinking? Just wasted my birthday wish. Everyone was enjoying the party, the reunion, but Tae's eyes were fixed on Miss Kang, who was busy with Junior, and that made Tae to feel like she is ignoring when Miss Kang was enjoying the delicious food with Junior. With the bulletproof girls, they frowned as Junior's palms were moving rent-free on her body, on her cheeks. Even his lips were allowed to stamp with his wet saliva on her cheeks, on her neck, shoulder, basically everywhere, as the little one was just taught how to kiss. How could she be so comfortable? He mumbled, trying to suppress his desire to touch her cheeks, to taste her lips. Young, you can make cute babies too. Cook interrupted while he was literally daydreaming. Looking at Tay's facial expressions, Cook actually gets that Tay's focus of thinking was not the baby but the babysitter. Tay was about to feel awkward as he also knew that he was caught by Cook. If you want, I can talk to her, Cook reassured him. But Yoon Gi-hyung said he would never let me to date her. They innocently spoke the truth. Means you want to date the babysitter. Cook didn't lose the chance to tease him. Cook, she studies in the same institute where I work. They warned him. It means you can meet each other more frequently. You won't have to wait for the next birthday party. Cook chuckled. By the way, Hyung, what's the mark your sister had? Cook reminded him. A burn scar on her feet. They casually answered. On her feet? A burn scar? I don't think so. Hyung, I really hoped that at some point I would be able to call you brother-in-law. He scoffed dramatically. But it was held beautifully. The persons who knew about the accident could identify the mark easily. Why don't you ask her? I still have hope in this case. Why don't you ask her? Cook. Good idea, Young, but what will I ask her? How will I ask her? Out of blue, if I ask her and you are present here, she would be suspicious. Just make her bare feet and I will check that. Cook. What if she doesn't have one scar? Still, we will share the same relationship.